The standard age to start receiving your CPP retirement pension is 65. But, and this is a big but, you don't have to start at 65. You have options. You can start as early as 60, or you can delay it until as late as 70. Each path has its own set of implications. It is not a one-size-fits-all system. If you decide to take your pension early, before age 65, your monthly payments will be reduced. The reduction is 0.6% for each month you start before your 65th birthday. So, if you start at 60, that's a 36% reduction in your monthly payment, 0.6% by 60 months. That's a pretty significant chunk of change. You need to consider this carefully. On the flip side, if you delay your pension past 65, your monthly payments will be increased. The increase is 0.7% for each month you delay, up to a maximum increase of 42% if you start at 70, 0.7% by 60 months. That's a pretty hefty bonus for waiting. There is a strategic element to this decision that needs to be carefully considered. So, why would anyone choose to take their pension early if it means a smaller payment? Well, there could be a few reasons. Maybe you have health concerns, or perhaps you just really want to retire early and are willing to accept a smaller payment. Or maybe your personal savings and investments are substantial enough that you don't need the full CPP amount right away. You may want the money now, and not want to wait. On the other hand, delaying your pension can be a smart move if you're still working, don't need the money immediately, and want to maximize your monthly income in the long run. It really comes down to your individual circumstances and financial goals. There is no right answer here. Now, let's talk about the million-dollar question. How is your CPP retirement pension actually calculated? It's not pulled out of thin air, I can tell you that. There's a formula involved, and it takes into account a few key factors. The main factor is your average contributory earnings. Basically, the CPP looks at your earnings for each year you contributed to the plan, adjusts them for inflation, and then calculates your average monthly earnings over your entire contributory period. They then remove a certain number of your lowest earning years from the calculation. Another important factor is the number of years you contributed to the CPP. The more years you contribute, the higher your pension will be. Makes sense, right? It's not a one-size-fits-all calculation, it is very dependent on your own situation. I remember when I first tried to figure out my own projected CPP benefits. I went online, downloaded my statement of contributions, and stared at it for a good hour, feeling completely overwhelmed. But don't worry, it's not as daunting as it seems. Service Canada has some handy online tools that can help you estimate your future benefits. Here's a pro tip. Make sure you review your CPP statement of contributions regularly. You can access it through your My Service Canada account. Find the link below in the video description. This will show you your earnings history and contributions, and it's important to make sure everything is accurate. If you spot any errors, get them corrected ASAP, as they could impact your future benefits. This is something many people overlook. Okay, we've covered a lot of ground here. We've talked about eligibility, early and delayed retirement, and the basics of how your pension is calculated. This is one of the most important aspects of the CPP.